Za nami ostatni mecz drugiego dnia play-inów Intel Extreme Masters Katowice i udało nam się złapać zwycięzcę tego spotkania Sprout kontra Evil Geniuses, Zyphona. Hello Zyphon, congrats on your win.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you feel about coming to Katowice second consecutive time? Yeah.
Well, it's nice to be here. Of course, it was not very nice losing the first day and then just going out like after 1v1 and not having to play anymore. But of course, we did it better today.
Last time here you've been a part of Copenhagen Flames. You also started from the playing stage and made it to the next stage. What do you think? What are your expectations about this year with Sprout?
Well, I think this year is going to be very good. Of course, we're very inexperienced players, and we have to figure out the answer for ourselves. Like we don't have it uh, right now, you know. Like so that's why also when we play, like it's getting a bit hectic because like no one knows like the right thing to say, and like we're just really inexperienced. But when we get the inexperience, or when we get the experience, it's called, like we're gonna become a much better team. And I think it also showed on this Mirage T side. It was much more calm than it was like during Mirage CT or like the whole ancient, where it's like very chaotic in our comms and all this stuff. So yeah, I think 2023 is gonna be really good.
Before we move into the match, I wanted to ask you about Zelo. So, before the start of the season, your team wanted to acquire this guy. What does he bring to your team?
I think he brings the firepower that we needed, but of course he's also inexperienced, as I called before. Like it's like he's just like an all-around good player, but he still needs the like team experience. Like that's all I really can say. Other than that, he's a really good player.
Did your play style change within joining of Zelo?
I think with Cello, we like, of course, this correlates back to like the team related stuff, that he's not that good because hasn't been on that higher level. So, but that's like more like that's the thing we're working on the most, is like playing more as a team and doing things as a team. Because like when we started, it was like full chaotic and people were just doing solo plays. But now we're playing more as a team on the T sides and also on the CT sides. So like it's gonna be better and better.
With not much time left before IEM Katowice, did you think that you are well prepared for the tournament?
Of course, like we've only had like a couple of weeks of practice, and like it's always hard because we don't even know like what our strong maps are and like how we like work together as a team, and like our strengths and like all that stuff. So of course, we were as prepared as we could be, but like it's still hard.
Now let's move on to the yesterday's match against OG. Even against the odds, did you think that you can surprise them?
You mean OG? Yeah, of course. Like we had like some seriously good info on them, like anti-strat, and like we were just playing bad as a team in that game. Like they were really easy to play against, and like we knew exactly what they were doing, but we just didn't like. We were just playing so badly as a team, and we couldn't like talk to each other properly, and that's like when we get that down, we can beat almost anyone. I think because of our firepower.
Yeah, you had a match point in this match, and what happened? What was missing that you couldn't close it out in the regular time? I mean.
Yeah, like it's just like we were not talking together. We were not standing in the good setups when we knew what they were doing. Like we knew almost exactly what they were doing, and like we were just not talking together, not sitting in the good setups, not doing the thing we like agreed before the game. We were just playing full random. So like like we just followed the ante, and then we would have won, but we didn't do it. So.
Yeah, and the overtime went completely not as you planned. Loss like this is probably hurt so much, yeah.
Yeah, like at least when you like know exactly what your opponents are doing, like it's a super rough loss, and we also like we were pretty down after that. But of course you can't be down. You can't be down forever, and that's what we showed today.
Today you was matched against Evil Geniuses. This team had a lot of ups and downs. Did you think that the inconsistency was something that you can take the advantage of?
I'm not sure because they had been playing like pretty well in the last tournament, and they were doing some upsets and all this stuff. Like I don't know if it's something we can take advantage of. They were just like any other team, and we just played how we should have. Like we just played good.
6 round on the T side on the Ancient was quite a good result before the switching of the sides, but then you started to lose the rounds. How did Refresh react to that as he's an in-game leader?
Like again, we took a timeout. Like things were going pretty bad. We were not following the anti again, and then we just took a chill. Like we just took a pause and we chilled, and then we followed the anti and we like listened to each other and did things on the same page, and like then it worked good after that.
Yeah, after that you went back on track. Did you change your game plan, or maybe the enemies made more mistakes?
No, we just followed the game plan. Like that's it. We just played more as a team as we should, and it worked out good.
Yeah, but it was just one map, and you still had to stay focused on the next. What were you talking about between maps?
We didn't really prepare for Mirage, so we kind of didn't talk about anything. We just talked that we need to play our game and play good as individuals and play good as a team, and that's like the only thing we did.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, next up was Mirage. Weren't you surprised that the enemy team chose this map? Chose the map that they haven't won yet?
No, not really, because they know it's kind of a gray zone for us. Like we haven't played it that much, and like, but we've also left it in because like we need to play these maps. So like it was not a surprise, and we already knew it like from before.
Yeah, and after that dubious choice, and already with a point on your account, were you confident that you will close it out 2-0?
Uh, Not that much. Like of course, like we were not that confident. We just tried to like of course you need to be confident, but like we were just playing our game, and then we said like if we win it, nice, and then if we don't, fuck it, because like we didn't prepare for it.
Um, their T side was quite strong, but when you switched the sides, you also shown that your T side is very good. What kept you on track that you could for the next time, for the next time you were able to come back?
There was just like no frustration, and we just got into the T side like it was 0-0, and we just played our game, and of course like yeah, it was just we outsmarted them, and we were playing together like we were in sync, and it just worked. Like yeah.
Tomorrow you will play against Spirit for your advancement match. What do you think about this matchup?
It's always hard to play against Spirit because they are very controlled and very coordinated. So like it's very hard to do pushes and all this stuff against them. You need to play good as a team against them and try to find out the weakness and like what they're trying to do and like try to stack good as a team. Like so, like it's always very hard. We also lost to them at the major because they're a really good team, and they're very strong team wise, and they have very good tactics and all this stuff.
Thank you for the interview.
No problem.